Once upon a time, in the quiet town of Justin, Illinois, an eerie ghostly presence roamed the streets, sending shivers down the spines of the brave and curious. It was said that on moonlit nights, a ghostly figure would appear on the side of the road, near the Resurrection Cemetery. This ghostly apparition, resembling a young woman with piercing blue eyes and flowing blonde hair, became known as Mary, dressed in a hauntingly beautiful white dress that seemed to glow in the darkness. Mary captivated all who encountered her. Legend had it that Mary's tragic story began many decades ago. She was a young woman, full of life and dreams, eagerly pursuing a bright future. One evening, as Mary was heading home from a local gathering, she met with an unfortunate accident on that very road near the Resurrection Cemetery. No one could say for sure what happened that night, but the town believed that a reckless driver caused Mary's untimely demise. It was said that her spirit had never found peace, forever tied to the location of her tragic end. Disturbingly, eyewitness accounts revealed that Mary would often approach weary travelers, seeking a ride to her unknown destination. Those who had the misfortune of encountering her would recount being drawn, and by her sorrowful gaze, feeling an inexplicable urge to help this lost soul. Travelers, their curiosity piqued and their hearts filled with compassion, would offer Mary a ride, hoping to ease her wandering spirit. But as their cars approached the gates of Resurrection Cemetery, Mary would vanish into thin air, leaving the bewildered traveler alone in the chilling night. Rumors spread like wildfire throughout the town, with tales of Mary's supernatural abilities to fade away, leaving behind an unsettling silence. Many believed that Mary's soul was forever trapped between the realms of the living and the dead, forever searching for peace and closure. Local folklore warned the townsfolk to avoid traveling near Resurrection Cemetery after dusk, to steer clear of any encounters with Mary's ghostly apparition. But some brave souls, driven by curiosity or a desire to set her spirit free, embarked on ventures to uncover the truth behind the haunting presence. As night falls and the moon casts an eerie glow over the deserted road, the townspeople of Justin remain wary of the chilling legend that haunts their town. Will someone finally unveil the secrets that bind Mary to this earthly plane? Or will her ghostly figure continue to appear, forever longing for a release from her eternal torment? As the legend of Mary persisted, the town of Justin became divided. Some dismissed the tales as mere superstition, while others believed in the chilling authenticity of the ghostly encounters. But one thing was certain: the allure of the unknown continued to draw both skeptics and believers to the Resurrection Cemetery. As the years went by, the stories surrounding Mary grew more spine-chilling and macabre. Whispers circulated about those who had attempted to solve the mystery of Mary, only to meet untimely and tragic ends themselves. It seemed as though the ghostly presence was fiercely protective of her secrets, and those who probed it deeply paid a terrifying price. Local authorities, recognizing the growing obsession with Mary's haunting presence, attempted to quell the curiosity of townsfolk by forbidding any visits to the cemetery after sunset. They warned of the dangers that lay within those eerie, moonlit grounds, urging everyone to respect the boundaries between the living and the specters that roam in the darkness. But human nature being what it is, some were unable to resist the ominous allure of the ghostly legend. Even as whispered tales of lost souls and paranormal encounters grew from rumor to folklore, there were those who felt compelled to confront Mary's ghostly apparition themselves. Late one moonlit night, a courageous journalist named Sarah made the decision to face the haunting legend head-on. Driven by a relentless desire for truth and a fascination with the supernatural, Sarah ventured toward Resurrection Cemetery, armed with a tape recorder and an insatiable curiosity. Unbeknownst to Sarah, she was about to embark on a terrifying journey, a journey that would confront her deepest fears and push the boundaries of her perception. As she approached the cemetery gates, an otherworldly stillness enveloped her, as though the air itself held its breath, anticipating the unfolding of fate. With every step Sarah took deeper into the cemetery, her heart pounded in her chest. Shadows danced menacingly around her, taunting her with unseen horrors. And then she saw her, a figure dressed in a white gown, standing beneath the pale moonlight. It was Mary, the ghostly apparition herself. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as Mary turned toward her, her blue eyes piercing through the darkness. What Sarah had anticipated as a ghostly encounter suddenly felt more real, more tangible than anything she had ever experienced. She captured Mary's image on her camera, desperate to document this inexplicable meeting. Summoning her courage, Sarah slowly approached Mary, keenly aware of the weight of her presence. With trembling hands, she opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. Instead, Mary's ethereal voice echoed through the night, carrying a haunting sadness. "Release me from this eternal purgatory, for my soul has been in anguish for far too long," Mary whispered, her voice tinged with sorrow. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine as she listened, her own resolve wavering. In that moment, Sarah's dedication to uncovering the secrets behind Mary's curse became a moral imperative. She pledged to find the key that would unlock the chains that bound Mary's soul, liberating her from the torment of her unfinished journey. But little did Sarah know that by delving deeper into Mary's story, she would awaken the malevolent forces that had kept the spirit captive for so long. As the mysteries surrounding Mary unraveled, Sarah found herself in a terrifying battle between light and darkness, her very soul caught in the crossfire. As Sarah delved further into the mysteries surrounding Mary, she found herself consumed by a sense of foreboding and an increasing presence of malevolence. Strange occurrences began to plague her everyday life, making her question her sanity. The tormenting nightmares that haunted her sleep became increasingly vivid and disturbing. She would wake up in cold sweat, with fleeting images of Mary's tormented face etched into her mind. Shadows seemed to lurk around every corner, whispering promises of doom and despair. Desperate for answers, Sarah sought the guidance of an elderly woman rumored to possess knowledge of the supernatural. The woman, known only as Madame Eliza, lived on the outskirts of Justin, in a decrepit cottage shrouded in mystery and whispers of her own encounters with the paranormal. With every step closer to the cottage, Sarah's heart trembled in tandem with the rustling leaves, as though nature itself echoed her growing trepidation. She knocked on Madame Eliza's creaking door, her pulse pounding in her ears, while a gust of chilling wind blew through the desolate surroundings. The door creaked open, revealing Madame Eliza, a wizened woman with eyes enigmatic and filled with both ancient wisdom and tragic knowledge. Wordlessly, she beckoned Sarah inside, casting wary glances over her shoulder as if expecting the lurking darkness to pounce. At any moment, deep within the dimly lit room, Madame Eliza revealed the secrets of Mary's presence. She spoke of vengeful spirits, restless souls, and the allure of the living world that kept them bound to this plane of existence. But it was the dark pact that Mary had unwittingly made with the spirit realm itself that sent shivers down Sarah's spine. Madame Eliza cautioned Sarah, urging her to tread carefully in her pursuit of freeing Mary's soul. "The line between salvation and eternal damnation is thin, my dear," she warned, her voice quivering with undeniable fear. "Releasing Mary may unleash a darkness far greater than anyone can fathom." With newfound knowledge haunting her every thought, Sarah realized the true gravity of her quest. She was faced with an impossible choice. Should she continue on this treacherous path, risking not only her own life but the fate of an entire town? Or should she turn away, leaving the tormented spirit to wander in eternal anguish? As the days grew shorter and the nights colder, Sarah struggled to find her resolve amidst the encroaching darkness. Shadows seemed to deepen, crawling further into every crevice, while the whispers of the malevolent forces grew louder, their icy breath grazing her neck. The fateful night loomed ahead, beckoning Sarah to the Resurrection Cemetery once more. Her heart hammered in her chest as she tried to summon the courage to confront Mary and attempt to set her spirit free, once and for all. But the haunting uncertainty gnawed at her, threatening to unravel her very existence. And so, with the weight of the town's past and the burden of her own fears heavy upon her, Sarah stepped into the moonlit night, her footsteps masked by the chorus of cicadas, and prepared to face the darkest depths of the unknown that awaited her within the confines of the Resurrection Cemetery. As Sarah ventured deeper into the Resurrection Cemetery, a heavy silence settled over her surroundings. The atmosphere became suffocating, as if the very air was charged with an otherworldly presence. Every nerve in her body screamed for retreat, but her determination and empathy for Mary propelled her forward. Amidst the gravestones and towering trees, Sarah finally came face to face with Mary's apparition. The ghostly figure stood still, her eyes brimming with sadness and longing. The moonlight cast an ethereal glow upon her pale form, illuminating her translucent features. The air grew colder, and the sounds of rustling leaves faded into a haunting hush. Summoning her courage, Sarah spoke softly, her voice shaking with a mix of reverence and trepidation. "Mary, I am here to help you find peace. I am here to release you from this eternal torment that binds you. Show me the way, guide me to the answers we seek." Mary's spectral form wavered for a moment, and then she slowly extended her hand towards Sarah. The touch was icy and faint, like a whisper of wind against her skin. With their connection established, Sarah felt a surge of energy coursing through her, leading her to a hidden path within the cemetery. They moved together through narrow alleys lined with crumbling tombstones, their steps barely making a sound. The night seemed to stretch on endlessly as they traversed the maze-like graveyard, each footfall adding to the mounting anticipation. Finally, they arrived at an unassuming tombstone obscured by overgrown shrubs and weeds. Sarah's heart quickened as she sensed an extraordinary power emanating from this forgotten place. It was the key to Mary's salvation, the answers she had sought all along. With trembling hands, Sarah cleared away the foliage, revealing intricate symbols etched into the tombstone's weathered surface. A realization struck her this was no ordinary burial plot. It was a binding seal, placed by dark forces to keep Mary's spirit tethered to the realm of the living. Driven by an instinctual knowledge, Sarah began reciting ancient incantations, invoking the energy of love and light. As her voice echoed through the cemetery, a blinding surge of brilliance erupted from the tombstone, unraveling the bindings that held Mary's soul captive. In that moment, a radiant form materialized before Sarah, a figure bathed in pure ethereal radiance. It was Mary, transformed and freed from her earthly chains. Her expression was one of profound gratitude and serenity. With a final whisper of gratitude, Mary's spectral form gradually dissipated, peacefully fading into the night. Sarah remained transfixed, tears streaming down her face, knowing that she had fulfilled her purpose and set Mary's soul free. The town of Justin was forever changed. Legends of the ghostly blonde woman vanished, replaced by stories of a benevolent force that had finally found peace. Sarah's role in the town's history became a whispered tale, weaving through the generations as a reminder of the power of compassion and the triumph of the human spirit. But there would always be whispers, warnings to those who ventured near Resurrection Cemetery, reminding them of the fragile balance between the living and the supernatural. And so, the legend of Mary would forever ripple through the town's collective memory, a ghostly reminder of the enduring mysteries that linger just beyond the veil of the mortal realm.